It has been quite a while since we've made a waterfowl hunting video, and finally the time has come as Nicole and I make our way north to a dairy farm with a goose problem. This is what you call an adventure hunt. We'll not only be passing through some beautiful locations on our way to our hunting, we'll be using the good old 22-250 Remington, shooting 50 grain Nosler ballistic tips at 3,800 feet per second from a Ticker T3 topped off with an Element Helix 4-16 first focal plane. In the episodes to follow, we'll be switching to a variety of PCP air guns to take out more problem birds in the form of doves and sparrows, and some ground squirrels to end it all off. This is going to be a pretty long video, so if you want to skip to the first shot, check the fog when you feel like you aren't really in Africa at all. These dams and immediately spot some ducks and teals. These aren't pests here, but there are a massive abundance of them, and we've been given permission to shoot a few for food. The yellow-billed ducks are slightly larger than the teals, but they are very similar and both taste really good. And as we discovered, for some reason they are not in the least afraid of the drone. It's weird, right? With the rain bucketing down, I spot a duck nice and close and prepare for a shot, aiming high to preserve as much meat as possible. Okay, that was it. I got one shot at them. Unfortunately they flew off, but first one down. Oh, this rain is miserable. I can see little spots of water on my scope cam footage, and cameras are getting wet, guns are getting wet. We're gonna have to make sure that this stuff doesn't rust over the next few days, but miserable conditions, worst possible conditions for hunting. But hey, at least we got something down. Let's pop out the awning and just sit and have a cup of coffee or something, wait for the rain to die down. Unfortunately that is I see this shot passing way high, and it dawns on me that my rangefinder may be struggling to give me the reading I need. It's so close, but the difficulty with ranging at those relatively long distances on the water is that your rangefinder, you know, you've got an angle like this, let's say, and you're ranging like this, so your error of parallax, if you are just slightly higher or slightly lower than that bird, your range is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even 100 meters off. Plus those birds are sometimes moving, or there's a 350. So 350 meters we could shoot from here, but with the wind and with this setup and not being able to shoot off the roof or something, I think it's best we maybe just drive in. We might scare them away, but hey, it's worth a try. So let's see what we can do. Okay. Got him. Another goose down. Awesome. Look out for cow pats. They're everywhere. So this first one, right there in the neck, I won't show it too close up because I want to keep it PG for YouTube, but second one in the chest. So normally with the 22-250, because it's such a small varminting bullet that I'm using, a 50 grain VMAX at like 3,800 feet per second, that bullet tends to only penetrate a few centimeters and then just shatter into many different pieces. So penetration is not good, and when if I had to aim on these two birds for chest shots for both of them, I'd be hitting the one in the chest and the bullet probably wouldn't even exit out the back. So I got lucky here in that I saw the first one's neck in front of the second one's body, and I knew if I could thread it through the first one's neck, I could, those little bullet fragments would hit the second one and switch it off as well. So yep, got two down. It made a very satisfying sound, and I didn't actually see both of them drop, but I saw that the one at the back didn't fly away, so I knew I'd got both. And these are going into the black bag, and we'll give them to the farm workers for dinner. Obviously we don't want to waste any food, and Egyptian geese, there's quite a bit of meat on these breasts, so these will go to the workers, and there'll be some happy guys getting some good meat tonight. The last goose I shot is definitely a lot further than I thought, and that kind of shows the value of the 22-50. We didn't really have time to range it, and he's probably 250 to 300 meters away, and I dialed I think to 150 or 200 and still smashed him. But yeah, he was further than I thought. 260 or 300 or any kind of slower moving round would have dropped a bit low. But the wind is actually not bad at all this morning, and it isn't long until we come across a flock of geese in need of a good healthy dose of lead. Stop moving. We have a target-rich environment, and I managed to smash a goose, but unfortunately my GoPro freezes yet again while trying to record the shot. Alright, well, it's very muddy here, but here's our goose. Wow, this is a nice specimen actually. If you were trophy hunting, you'd want to go for a goose like this. I'm actually not sure I hit him. It looks like I hit him here in the back. I think he was facing away from me, but there you go, bullet entered the back, and it actually looks like it didn't come out the front, and that's typical of a 22-50 Remington, fast moving varminting caliber. Does a great job. So it's another one down, and this one will once again go to the farm workers, who will definitely appreciate it. So let's take him back to the truck. So we've come back to that dam where we to range them properly. I take some time ranging the ducks, and this time it's spot on. Got one. 290 meters. So this time I dialed correctly and way more spot on. So very happy with that. Now we just have to wait for the wind to blow him this side. Should take a while because the wind's not that strong right now, but it'll eventually come back. And duck breast is one of the best meats ever. That layer of fat on the duck breast, oh, it's really good. So we'll wait for the wind to blow our dinner in. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Okay, another duck down. We're only allowed to shoot 2 per day, so that's where I stop. Bag limit is 2, but yep, let's wait for that one to come here as well, and then that's two ducks. Now, what's nice about the way the ducks swim is normally their breast meat is below the surface of the water. So if you hit them with a varminting caliber like this, you normally do quite a lot of damage, but you do damage to the upper half of the body. So 9 times out of 10 I found that the breast meat is actually still pretty intact, which is great. So hopefully they're still edible. They should be, and that's 4 duck breasts for us for supper. Back to the pivots we go to check on our decoys, and man, do we see geese or what. The challenge here is firstly to get within range of the geese once they land, which is a challenge in itself because they are used to being shot at and they don't let us get close. But also we need to be very aware of what lies behind where we shoot. Not only do we have cows all over the place, this is a dairy after all, but we also have farm workers and vehicles moving about. We eventually get an opportunity with a safe backdrop, and I make it count. The GoPro dies again, but thankfully only after it has captured the shot. Got him. Now, days 2 and 3 are really focused on the doves and ground squirrels, which you'll see in the coming episodes, but we do get one more goose on the morning of day 3. Here she is. Last goose down. I think we're going to call it quits there, but awesome to get the final one down from a little bit of an awkward shooting position, but I think I'm happy with that. And how's that for a great way to end a video? An explosion of feathers to represent an explosive few days at the dairy,
And all that's left to do now is to collect the last goose, and of course to collect the decoys. As always, thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing and hitting the notification icon